Ignition. Liftoff.
Do not attempt to adjust your dial.
It's a trip. That's it. I'm cracking skulls.
Hey, welcome to another episode of Are We Too Late Podcast, the Are We Too Late Podcast. I gotta remind myself to keep saying that correctly the first time. Well, today, hopefully we actually have an episode for you, because I have been having some trouble with coming up with ideas for episodes. I've done this episode now 3 times over. I've tried to do this 3 times, and I just can't do it because I have these great ideas, and then once I get in the middle of them, I kind of get compromised. I compromise myself by going, oh, this is shit, or this is no good, or whatever. So, we're just going to wing it now. We're just going to go. So, I kind of thought of all these great ideas to, these ideas I had and how I was going to talk about them, but when it comes down to it, I really don't have a great structure of what I'm doing or whatever. So I'm just going to be winging it from now on. This episode is going to be about the title of my podcast, the Are We Too Late Podcast. Are we too late? Are we too late for getting, our political system back on track, the environment cleaned up? Are we too late to be civil with each other when we're in public or at a store when we're shopping? Can we even be civil to the associates working at any certain establishment we may be frequenting or anything like that? So, with that in mind, I'm going to start this off with a little scenario of what happened at work today, and why, here we go. So I'm at work talking to a customer about how, since things are different at work because of the COVID, how people are kind of forgetting the rules every now and then, and how annoying that is, blah, blah, blah. My coworker says something about what bothers her, and then I said, what's been bothering me? The fact that no one is addressing the fact that young kids who are under the age of 10 are having a really hard time. And then, there's no one to stand up for them except their parents. And then kind of what I was saying was, it really sucks that everyone is really selfish for the fact that if you look at the numbers and you look at the actual hard data, the majority of people that are getting sick are elderly people and people with pre-existing conditions. Not that there are people who are my age or younger that aren't getting sick. There are people getting sick. But my point is that the children are getting forgotten. They're getting completely forgotten. They're not getting taken into account with the fact that, yes, that person who has to work minimum wage may have to stay at home and forfeit their ability to work to watch that child so they can now do fucking remote learning or some shit like that. The statistics show that there are numerous things that are on the uptick. Not only drug and alcohol use up, but now, things as in child abuse are up. Things that are out of the normal are up because we are thrust into this crazy situation. So, as I'm saying all these things and saying how, it really sucks that no one cares about the kids, I look over and I can notice the store manager looking at me and giving me this look as like how ungrateful I am, how ungrateful person I am. Excuse me. Well, I'm sorry, but I have kids. And if I'm not standing up for them, no one else will. It's kind of like if no one stands up, no one's going to stand up for you. So you have to be the person that is assertive in your life and make sure that you're taken care of. That you're just as important as the next person. So, are we too late? Are we too late to recognize that we are, in fact, doing some damage? I don't know how much, but there is some psychological damage being done to young children having to wear masks. And are we too late to acknowledge the fact that the people that are telling us to put these masks on shouldn't even have the ability to do so? And what I'm saying is that the government that was created by our forefathers, was put into place, and the Bill of Rights and the Constitution was put into place as safeguard, as a way of self-policing itself. It's a system that's supposed to self-police itself, and you go, hey, no, that's not cool, or hey, no, you're not supposed to do that because that's tyrannical, or that's oppressive, or that's whatever. I could go on about whatever, but that's not the issue. The issue is that with everyone going, oh, it's me, oh, it's about me, oh, it's about me, oh, it's about me, there's a whole generation of people, and it may not just be one generation. We could be talking about two. We can be talking about people who are young, who are in college, or about to be in college, that, in a year or two's time, with the change to our economic landscape, there could not be jobs for those people at all. And then we all know that right now, the economy is a rocky place where, when you go to college and you get out, you're not guaranteed a spot in your profession. So things are even going to be even more crazy on that part, where no, there's not going to be jobs because the people that have them are going to want to try to hold on to them, especially if there's something that hasn't had to shut down through this whole pandemic. Are we too late? Are we too late for people to look within themselves and realize what kind of slippery slope we're going down with all of this stuff? I hate to be a pessimist. I really do. I really do. But it's really hard for a person who has had the government not work in his favor ever, not one time, to not be cynical. I mean, it's really hard. What I see with the relationship with us, the people, the American people, and the government, and not only just that, it's with everyone who's in a position of power over you in your life. At least the way I see it. This goes for a lot of employers too, where it's very much a abusive relationship. It's kind of like we are that girl that you know from high school or from work or from any social situation where it's, beautiful looking girl, really happy. She's always talking about her boyfriend or her husband or whatever, but every now and then she comes to work or wherever you see her, and she's got a broken nose or a cast on her wrist or some shit like that, and you go, what happened? It's not him, is it? Oh, it's not him. He just can't handle the alcohol, or something like that. And then on the other end, you see it as the guy like punching the girl in the face and going, shut the fuck up, bitch, and then being like, look what you made me do. Look what you made me do every time. Every time you get mad, you make me hit you. That's the relationship we have. And we're having with everyone right now. It's abusive. It's not productive. It's counterproductive. People want to feel better about themselves, so they've created a whole cancel culture on social media. I was very indirectly affected by this, but also directly affected by this as well, where my wife was almost canceled for saying retarded on the internet. I do understand that may not be politically correct, but you can still look the word up in a dictionary and it still has a definition which can be used in any conversation today. Because in my life, I act as a grown-up. That's what I do. And I feel like most people do. The general public and almost every single person that I interact with, that I enjoy interacting with, that I do on purpose on a daily basis, or if not on a daily basis, whenever I can, are very reasonable people. These are people who you can tell a dirty joke to. These are people who you can rant about the fucking government or about any issue, and you can swear, and you can have your little political incorrectness pop up here and there, and they're not going to say anything. Because that's the majority of people. At least when you're in steerage, that's what it's like. And I call it steerage because that's what it feels like. Like, you remember in Titanic when she goes down all the levels in the fucking elevator, and then she gets to the fucking very bottom, and everyone's going to happen about fun and yeah, dancing and all that kind of shit. That's fucking minimum wage people. That's people who are living paycheck to paycheck every fucking week, every year, going down the line, and having their wages stay stagnant year after year after year, getting a fucking measly, like, 2% raise, 1% raise, or a couple of percent raise where you're getting 35 cents to 50 cents a year. Maybe, if you're lucky, 50 cents. And you know what really sucks? Is that we have all these people who have all this money and have all the time in their hands to enact change by having, not only having enough money to pay lobbyists, or having the lobbyists, just owning lobbyists of their own. You have all that time. And what's so crazy is that to someone like me who doesn't, have everything in the world, doesn't have all the money in the world, my time is very fucking valuable to me. It's almost more valuable than money to me in some situations. Like, if I'm at work and I'm working and then all of a sudden it fucking gets slow as shit and there's nothing to do, and I'm not gonna be the person that's fucking doing all the work, so I'm not gonna fucking scrub every fucking corner under everything and this and that and making everything look spick and span, because the next day when everyone comes in and goes, oh shit, that looks awesome, you know what? We expect you to do that every day. No, I'm not doing that. So on those days when it gets fucking slow, I want to leave. I want to go home. I want to be able to come home and do this maybe one day, for a change, instead of fucking just working. For what? For what am I working for? For what are we working for? Fucking pennies on the dollar, motherfucker. That's what it feels like. Every payday when you fucking look at your paycheck and you go, yup, that's bills, food, and not much else. What the fuck are you working for? Huh? For all those people up in management that go, I'm getting all the money. I'm getting all that fucking money. Yeah, that's the way it works. Are we too late? Are we too late to flip the script? Are we too late to enact change and have people who are of no consequence at all on the grand scale of this grand country we call America? Or are we just gonna keep going? Are we just gonna keep this fucking train rolling. It feels like we're living the fucking Snowpiercer without the train. Like we're gonna have to fucking fight our way through the hordes of I don't know what. Injustice, of intolerance, of fucking all of it, because that's what it is. That's what it feels like. Like, there are people talking about really crazy things these days. Really crazy things. Things that I didn't even think were possible in my lifetime when I was so young. I thought maybe when I'm 50 years old, people start being like, yeah, robot people are going to be real soon. And then by the time I was like 80 and dying, they would be like, oh yeah, we're implanting chips. But now we also we have the technology to do that shit now. I mean, are we too late to save ourselves? Are we too late to keep humanity going without feeling like we have to evolve into something that's not us? Like, so I had this plan. I was going to eat mushrooms on camera. Like, do half my podcast and then eat mushrooms halfway and then show everyone how the transformation. That's still a great idea. I'm going to do that. I just need to have some material to talk about that I'm not fucking sounding like an idiot when I do it. Or it looks like I'm fucking conspiratorial and blah, blah, blah. Or just fucking whatever. But what's so crazy to me, and what's so apparent to me lately, is listening to, people talk about things that are as crazy as nano fucking chips that they can inject into your body, where it's a fucking nanobot that is a whole, like a little circuit board that they can track and do, it can do multiple things. Fuck, dude. Fuck. I don't want that in me. I'm already carrying this thing and speaking into the thing that tracks me all day and listens to me all the time. I mean, what the fuck? Do I need a fucking thing inside my body when I choose to carry this thing all the time on my body anyway? And the thing's probably going to give me ball cancer. Who knows? No one knows. And that's why I wanted to call this podcast Are We Too Late? Because I don't know. I tell everyone all the time, I know what's like, I know what's happening right now. Like, I know what I'm doing. But I don't know what's going on, what the grand scheme is, because there's no fucking plan. What is the plan? What are we doing? What are we working towards? We're not working towards something good. Are we? Are we putting our best foot forward? Are we taking care of our fellow man? Are we taking care of the environment? Like, if we don't take care of the environment, we're literally gonna die. We will die. And it's really hard to be that person that's like only using paper products or and recycling or doing all things correctly. I don't know what it is. I know I recycle. I know I compost. I know I try to buy least amount of things in soft plastics as I can. I know I try to do my best. But is it good enough? I don't think so, because I think there needs to be a radical change. And I don't know what that is. I need the insight. I need to know so I can enact it in my life. Because I don't want to feel like it's too late. I don't want to feel like the next generation coming after us is going to fuck us in the asshole by ranting and raving about some bullshit that doesn't even fucking matter in the scheme of things. In the long scheme of things, it doesn't really matter what your fucking gender is. Are you a good person? That's what matters. That's what fucking matters. Are you going to treat other people well? Yeah, that's what matters. We can't have people in our society that are going to fucking cause a ruckus and ruin it for everyone. Not on top of fucking viruses running amok and going killing people. What the fuck are you thinking? That's what I feel like. It's like, what are we really doing? I know what I'm doing. I'm actually doing something. I'm on fucking video asking, because I know that I'm doing what I can. I'm implementing the change in my life. My wife and I got fucking ducks this year and last year, and we're fucking trying to be as self-sufficient as possible. I mean, there's a lot of things that we're doing to try to be self-sufficient, because obviously the powers that be don't have my fucking they don't have my back. They don't have my fucking interests at heart. We all know this. If you work a minimum wage job, or if you're living paycheck to paycheck, or any of the above, if your finances are not where they should be when you know they should be, in the sense of you should be getting paid fairly for the hard fucking work that you do, and you don't because assholes are fucking stealing your money. Like, what I'm saying is, right now, during the pandemic, businesses have never seen better business ever. Ever. Do you remember at the beginning of the pandemic when we couldn't even get fucking toilet paper? You think the fucking toilet paper company isn't going, holy shit, how much money did we make already? And it's only fucking October. 2 more months. And you know what? The pandemic's not letting up, so we're on an uptick. Upswing. Let's keep going, guys. It's all profit. The fuck do they have to lose if the government's not telling them to stop? You're immoral to ask the question, what the fuck's going on about school, and second guessing that situation when everyone's running around the fucking world on vacation, or going to the grocery store, not staying 6 feet apart, not fucking wanting to wear a mask, taking it off, licking your fingers to open bags and fucking shit like that. No. I just don't get it. Are we too late? I think it almost feels like we are, but it feels like we're at a tipping point, because every time I bring these issues up about what the fuck is happening, what the plan is, people go, I don't know. So I came up with my own plan. So as to not feel like we're too late. So I've got one of the best, I got the best co-pilot I could have ever asked for. Plus, I have the best family I could have asked for. And I have one of the best places to work. I was going to say put that first, but that's not even important. As important as my family. I mean, it is important, but it's not like if I lost my job, I wouldn't be able to find my way. I can always get a new one. Yeah, it may not be for as much money, but yet I can still fucking do it. I can still make ends meet, because that's who I am. Fucking survivor. And that's how all of us should be. We should all be able to be self-sufficient. And I wish that everyone had what I have. And that's not to say that I didn't work for it, because it is work. Having a good relationship with your loved ones is work. And making sure that you're putting the time in is work. And lately I haven't been able to do as much as I wish I could. But I feel like there's many things that I want to do, and there are things that are important, and I want to show people that just because this pandemic is happening, it doesn't mean that we can't enact change or still have a life or still do the things that we want to do. Because there are ways around this pandemic, like what I'm doing right now. I'm talking to my phone, but yet I am going to be able to talk to you through it, because I'll be able to post the video and then someone will watch it and then deem it good or bad, or deem it whatever the fuck. Let's talk shit about this motherfucker. He's an asshole, or he's an idiot. He doesn't know shit. Yeah, I'm not that smart. I didn't finish high school. I got my GED a year before I was supposed to graduate. I mean, I'm smart enough. I can survive. But that's the whole thing, is that that's how I feel. I'm just smart enough. I mean, I'm trying to get smarter. I want to get way more smart. I want to get to the place where I can be successful on just my own intelligence, and my own work, and my own things, my own projects, and things that I want to do. That is selfish, but it doesn't, on the grand scheme of things, it's not, because I am not trying to be this big philanthropist or this big company owner that's gonna and then switch and flip and then become the fucking oppressor, because that's what happens in this society, and I've seen it happen over and over again. It's like people who want to enact change within the government then join the government, but then over time the government then in fact changes them, because the fucking powers that be are too big. It's not like you can jump into the fucking Senate and be like, I'm the radical guy, and everything I do is gonna shock you, and everyone's gonna follow me after that because they're gonna wake up. No! There's a thing going on. There's a plan that we're not privy to, that we don't understand what it is. Because we're not supposed to. The government was never supposed to get this big. And that's my other part of the Are We Too Late? Are we too late with social media? Are we too late with the government controlling us? And not only that, but people being stupid and not knowing how to use the government, so they fucking start yapping and going, crying about this and that. It's kind of like being in school and having this one person, and you may have been the person that has done this, where maybe you're getting picked on by this guy flipping your hat back like this every day. You may not like it. But that could be, in fact, could be a sign of endearment by this person. You don't know that person all that well because you don't talk to them all the time, but yet you feel like they're bullying you. So over time, you first couple of times, bap happens. Oh, that's fine. Oh, and then one day, that's it. You know what? I've had it. I'm gonna fucking tell. I'm telling, and you tell, and he goes, he's bullying me. He's doing that to me. And then teacher goes, well, now there's no hats allowed. Well, that's not what I wanted. I just wanted him to, well, that's how we're gonna solve the problem, okay? Because you made an arbitrator decide for you, and this is a person that has no fucking no horse in the race when it comes to your life. They don't have a fucking care in the world about you, really, on a personal level. They don't care. And that's what keeps happening to us, is that people want to be heard and they want to be validated, and they virtue signal and they do all this crazy shit, and they go, no, it's me over here, I'm doing it, it's me, man, I'm important. And then when the fucking arbitrator goes, hey, that's it, ruin for everyone, and you go, well, that wasn't my intention. Well, that's too bad, because you were not smart enough to handle your own shit. And that's where we need to be. I hate to say it, because what's so crazy is that I'm adopted from another country. I have a fucking Colombian flag flying right behind me, because that's how I identify. I identify very strongly with that. Not only do I don't only identify as Colombian, but I identify as a Colombian American, because that's who I am. I was born there, and I was adopted, and since however I can remember, I known I was adopted. So that makes me a Colombian American. Judge me if you want to. That's who I am. I can't change that. But yeah, I mean, I just don't understand where people are going to drastic measures to enact change, but then in turn are causing more damage than good with the, in the end result. So are we too late for people to recognize that, you need to go through some shit in life? You do. It's kind of like the first time, you have someone say, yo, can I borrow $20? Yeah, sure, I can let you borrow $20. And they never pay you back. Are you going to let them borrow $20 again? Probably not. But you have to let that person steal your $20 for you to fucking learn that lesson, right? I was told once by a very intelligent person, only for the simple fact that all of his fucking, experience was hands-on, was street smarts, so to speak. And not only that, it's from a fucking movie. Bronx Tale, or whatever the fuck, I think. I can't remember what mob movie. But if that person stole $20 from you, don't get that salty about it. Because that person just showed their character to you. They did. They showed you that they can't be trustworthy with fucking paying you back money. So don't let them borrow money again. Oh, no. Next time they fucking say, can I borrow $20? No. Go find someone else. I'm not going to be a sucker again because you didn't fucking pay me back last time. And unless they go, oh, shit, my bad, I'm going to make sure to get that $20 to you. And then next time, and you go, okay, cool. And you walk away. And then next time you see them, they say, hey, or, here's the $20. Then maybe you might consider it. But they have to prove they're worthy of that, gaining your trust back, right? But the quote about the movie was, look at that $20 as the $20 to get them out of your life. If that was only $20 or $50 or even $100 in that one swoop, take that $100 as that $100 lesson. Because you have to look at it that way. Because if you start looking at it as you're always a victim, victims don't ever achieve shit. If you're always getting things happening to you, where are you, the hero in your own story, where you're starting to enact change, where you're going to have good things happen to you? So, yeah,